Welcome to the 21st Century Black America Renaissance, Energizing and Reclaiming a People. I am your facilitator, Mark Carvin-Knowles, author, consultant, entrepreneur, lecturer, minister, and social theoretician. In addition, I will serve as your guide through each segment. The focus of this series will bring forth direct action immediately available for implementation wherever a need for a resolution exists. As a black male undergoing the American experience with you, my aspiration, dreams, and hopes are invested in you and along with you. I am not an outsider observing the march to reality. Our goal is to provide solution-driven motivation as the impetus to the 21st century Black America Renaissance, energizing and reclaiming a people. The message, where does it commence? The message required clear articulation for all concerned. Where does the 21st century Black American Renaissance commence? The starting locus commences wherever blacks reside and strive to build a viable community. Energizing and reclaiming black people launches with the potential to change the destiny and lives of black people. The current state of affairs cannot stay as the barometer to measure whether or not an investment to alter the condition of a community must be made. The lives of the people, regardless of the status quo, commands positive change. The people merit the attention that the 21st century Black America Renaissance can amend their situation. The perception others have regarding the black community will never undergo reversal through symbolic gestures as their only medium of change. Tangible modification must emerge along with realistically developed measures. Any policy intended to redirect the attitude of the people must commence with a common theme, assuring all people will receive concentrated attention and personalized assistance. The vision of the 21st century Black American Renaissance arises as an inclusive movement, guaranteeing help for the total population, not merely a segment that has been predetermined as salvageable. Energizing and reclaiming will take into account various phases of assistance directed toward all black people. It must be wide-ranging, not omitting economic, emotional, mental, physical, and social concerns as long-term care engagement. The 21st century Black American Renaissance, energizing and reclaiming the people, recognizes multiple forms of aid as essential to have a successful outcome. All help cannot come in the form of brick and mortar. The humanization of assistance is a key component to uplift the people by administering aid with related dignity and reciprocated respect.
How do I write my life story? I know hurt and pain. I don't like either one, whether physical or emotional. Herein contains my story, Not Without Scars, Part 2. Optimism, perseverance, persistence, resilience. 2 decades of personal struggle. Optimism. I faced the new millennium with hopefulness. Perseverance. My ego, my humble beginnings, my desire to achieve never allow me to turn away from a difficult task. Persistence. Opposition should be anticipated as an effective strategy to victory surfaces. Resilience. Difficulties do not automatically spell termination. Scars reveal my imperfection as reminders of past episodes of pain, sorrow, or triumph. Scars can tell beautiful story endings or relay misery that wishes to remain anonymous. This work is meant to help others who have experienced decades of struggle. When struggles appear to never end, you must get through the night and face the challenge of a new dawn with fresh hope.
Welcome back. The direction of assistance provided through the 21st century Black American Renaissance will affect the attitude and momentum of the community, especially when you're moving toward an overall vision as broad as the Renaissance. Segmentizing the distribution of resources by careful recognition of special need must not be misconstrued as an act of exclusion. It's not an act of exclusion toward any individual or any group. Rather, the mission focuses on a further concentration of aid to the right group in order to gain the best results. The course of action deployed by the vision administrators will have a direct bearing on the ways and means of aid distribution throughout the entire community. The assistance provided through the 21st century Black American Renaissance focuses direct services to the people as opposed to the creation of bureaucratic enlargement. Administration activities will be minimized while the service to individuals will be at a premium. This will assure that the resources acquired will have the maximum opportunity to change an individual's life. I want to go over several scenarios. First, circumstances will vary from community to community, as well as individual to individual. This illustrates the need for creativity in the disbursement of resources throughout the Black community. Second, without any illusion, the environments in the Black community are less than desirable. Even in the most difficult settings, the people must have the assurance they are not outside the perimeter of receiving customized assistance to meet their individual needs. And third, the surrounding must never dictate the level of aid directed toward an individual. Without this commitment to overcome circumstances, the vision of the 21st century Black American Renaissance to elevate the community to self-sustaining and progressing to global value has little hope of energizing and reclaiming a people. We need a reset. A reset is essential to the core value. There must exist respect for the 21st century Black American Renaissance, energizing and reclaiming a people, as well as respect for the recipients who will receive assistance through all the energizing emerging channels and levels. Key to success is mutual admiration on all levels. A second key to success is distributing or providing direct service. No one at any point in the chain of the vision must ever be made to feel disrespected. Third, a key to success, esteem for the Black community is paramount in order to arrive at the threshold sought through the 21st century Black American Renaissance. Fourth and final, the key to success, no detail is too small to merit validation. We're going to go into our interview segment following this break.
The Great Lockdown of 2020, a mid-crisis analytical report, represents a historical work. The people provide indicators to their needs and roles in building and establishing the new norm. The voice of the people places at the fingertips of decision makers knowledge of how the area's resources should be deployed to best serve the society and address the needs and concerns of the people going forward. This study serves as a guide to where key research should be directed and sets the course to engage resources during crises by future social theoreticians. Comparison of responses on multiple levels provide an uncanny insight. The capture of a population's response in the midst of a crisis compared to a post-crisis reflection shall prove to be of monumental value into human reactions facing uncertainty during and post a calamity.
Hello, and my name is Tiara Parker, and today I have the pleasure of sitting with and interviewing Mark Carvin O's on The Message, Where Does It Commence? Mr. O's, thank you for being with us today.
I'm privileged to have you with me.
Thank you. So I'll start by asking, is there a preferential geographical launch point?
Well, there is no identification as urban or rural or a particular city. Wherever there's a need, and that need is wherever Black people are. And so wherever people receive the vision, receive the message, and are willing to enact and act upon it, that's where we begin.
Okay. How will the energizing and reclaiming people dictate positive change?
Positive change will only emerge collectively when there's a collaborative effort to put the achievement of the community above an individual accomplishment. And that's not to demean what individuals have accomplished. We build upon that. But now the time has come for all to rise together as opposed to having one icon representing the collective genius of our community.
Okay. Why is the change of perception by others of Black people of significance?
We go back to the slave mentality, we go back to the worker mentality, perception that we are subservient, and we are servants. What we really are people who have a lot to contribute to the global economy, the global culture, and the global advancement of people, and living in a peaceful, interdependent, peaceful society.
Great. My next question, what is the central concentration of the 21st century Black America Renaissance?
At the center, at the heart, is the youth. At the center is how we change how others perceive our youth and how our youth perceive themselves. And when we are able to bring them into this rebirth and this renewal, this new venture, it can only upgrade their thoughts, their visions, and their goals.
Great. Should the emphasis of a collective achievement override the achievements of individuals?
No, as I stated earlier, it's not about overshadowing what has been accomplished by a great number of individuals. We're building upon that, and those pioneers, those who made breakthrough, that was fantastic. But now we do not need one person in the room. We do not need one person as an icon. We do not need one person representing the entire race, because we are diverse within our race. We're diverse within our community. And so it's demeaning to label one person as a spokesperson for people of multiple cultures and multiple talents, that we have so much to offer collectively, that yes, we need the individual to continue to excel at a high level, but that high level should reflect what we all have to offer.
Okay. So why is it so important, and why must Black people move beyond a symbolic gesture?
Well, symbolism has its place, and like everything else, we evolve, we emerge. We don't need to have symbolic gestures anymore. We know that we can achieve things. We know what we have accomplished, and so we don't need a gesture, or when I say a gesture or a symbolic gesture, we don't need another page that said this was the first African American to do this, this was the first African American female, or the first African American male. What we need now, there is a great people who make great contributions, who love their society, love their people, and have an untapped amount of resources that everyone can benefit from by their full participation.
Great. So what do you consider the most difficult hurdle to clear relative to the 21st century Black America Renaissance, energizing and reclaiming a people?
The most difficult hurdle is to get the message to the Black people, the Black community, but also get the message out to all people that it's a radical step, but not a revolutionary step. And a revolutionary step brings about fear. Radicalism brings about a dramatic change. And so our greatest hurdle is, how do we package the message, how do we present the message, so that the message is perceived that this is not a divisive message, but it's a message of reconciliation, and that we are looking to advance people who will also then make a global contribution and not be viewed as a demeaning part of the community.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Oles, for your enlightenment, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do I write my life story? I know hurt and pain. I don't like either one, whether physical or emotional. Herein contains my story, Not Without Scars, Part 2. Optimism, perseverance, persistence, resilience. 2 decades of personal struggle. Optimism. I face the new millennium with hopefulness, perseverance. My ego, my humble beginnings, my desire to achieve never allow me to turn away from a difficult task. Persistence. Opposition should be anticipated as an effective strategy to victory surfaces. Resilience. Difficulties do not automatically spell termination. Scars reveal my imperfection as reminders of past episodes of pain, sorrow, or triumph. Scars can tell beautiful story endings or relay misery that wishes to remain anonymous. This work is meant to help others who have experienced decades of struggle. When struggles appear to never end, you must get through the night and face the challenge of a new dawn with fresh hope.
I trust you have been enlightened and inspired to take action in your home and neighborhood by this presentation. You are vital to the manifestation of a dignified and respected Black people in America and globally. We cannot afford to leave one member of the Black family behind. As a people, ambiguity must be removed and replaced by an ongoing practice of equality, respect, and opportunity to help another brother or sister have a quality life experience. I am Mark Carvin Owes, inviting you to subscribe to my channel to ascertain illumination and enlightenment on the journey to the 21st century Black America Renaissance, energizing and reclaiming a people, where we provide solution-driven motivation.